Yo, yo, yo,
Yo,
yo, yo.
there
What's
he
going
is.
on, Giants Nation? Let's get it. Go up. My man Miz hit me up. He's like, yo, what you up to? I'm like, nothing. He's like, yo, I want to talk to you. I want to interview. And I'm like, okay. Logged on, ready to get going for a 30-minute session. He's like, you want to do it live? I'm like,
We go live.
why not? But this don't have to be 30 minutes. It's just a late night stream. Thank you all for joining in tonight. And what's up, LGZ Productions, for being here. Let's get it. First off, I'm gonna just say this, or RIP to DT. Demarius Thomas passed away. I don't want to go into full detail because I myself didn't do my knowledgeable research on the topic yet. But I just want to say, thoughts and prayers out with the family. I'm gonna let you guys introduce yourself, and then I'm gonna just hand the mic over to Miz, and he can do his thing. Let's get it. So, introduce you guys yourselves. Let's get it. Where can these people find you at?
Right, Logan.
Yeah, you
Go ahead,
guys
Logan.
go to my channel, LGZ Productions. I make Giants and Knicks content. I make highlight videos, and I will probably make a Demarius Thomas tribute video, so you guys can go check that out.
Hell yeah.
All right. Hey, what's going on? The Miz talking sports. And you know what we do? We basically talk about the Giants mostly, but we could always do any type of sports, any type of NFL. Sometimes we go over the upcoming games for the week. But I think tonight we want to just kind of get into I think we were going to get into Pat's first mock draft of the season, and also maybe give our own idea of what we feel the Giants should do in order to fix this mess right now that we all know can be fixed. So that's all.
I'm gonna have to say, if you did not check out Big Pat's draft yet, talking to myself included, go check it out. I've been busy over the past couple of days, but I heard that it's been good. I know it's been getting a lot of love, so hopefully you make your way down. Logan, I think you're a mod. If you don't mind posting your channel, the Miz's channel, and Pat's channel down in the description in the comments, I thank you so much. Bless up for that, and let's get into it. So we got Pat's draft. I didn't see it yet, but I'm gonna let you have the mic back, Miz, and I want to know your thoughts on his selections and what was his selections for the New York Giants.
Wait, ask me again. What was the question?
Oh no, you Gucci. I want to know what is your selections like. Go, obviously, if you want, you can go over Pat's selections and the selections he made for the New York Giants at the spots that we did pick at, and then after that, I want to go into I want you to break down this team. Let's take a deep dive. Let's break it down. And I want you to see what selections would you see the needs we need on this team. And I know we've been talking about it for quite a while, but now that it's getting closer and we know what this team's going to be, it's not like we have a chance at the playoffs now. We can actually break it down and really look at and your honest thoughts if you was the GM and who would you bring in. So I'm going to let you go and handle it. Let's get it.
Yeah, I was saying I saw Pat's mock and it was pretty good, and I know a lot of people have a problem with him drafting Lindenbaum where he did because he's center and centers aren't valued as the sixth pick overall. But with the state that the Giants are in right now, and this coming draft is obviously a huge one, but we say that every year, but this year is really because we pretty much have really hit the rock bottom. There's going to be changes. So with this draft coming up, I think it's more about our needs are way more important than the value. You might have a wide receiver that's great that should be taken at 6, but there's no way in the world the Giants can take a wide receiver right now. So the Giants have to attack the O-line. We've been known this. The Giants have ignored it for too long. And it's unignorable anymore because it pretty much is destroyed this season. So you get a center like that who looks like a guy who might be the best center to come out of college in maybe 10 or 15 years. You may not think a center should go top 10, but for the New York Giants right now, if that guy can solidify most of the line with one more piece, and now you have yourself a line for the next 7, 8, 9 years, that can also solidify your quarterback and save Barkley's career, who we're losing right now. So that could do a lot for you. So yes, I actually do like picking Lindenbaum at 6, 7, wherever we're going to be. And with the other pick, or actually the first pick, I would try to get one of these defensive ends if they're there. And then with the next pick, you go Lindenbaum. Of course, in my mind, that's only if Evan Neal isn't there. If Evan Neal's there, you got to take him because he's a beast of a right tackle. And now you would have both sides of the line completed for a long time. But you tell me what you think. Like, if you did draft Lindenbaum, I think that would be great because Lindenbaum plays center, and hopefully Nick Gates come back and play guard.
I absolutely agree. I'm gonna let Logan get to this after me. I absolutely agree. I think if you look at it, that solidifies us as center, and you just hit it on the nail. That opens up holes for Berkeley. Obviously, running straight down the middle. How much times have you not been in a position to run it straight down the middle this season? Sometimes we've been in those 3rd and 5, 3rd and 1st, where even just to be in a position, even if you get to 3rd and 1, just the ability to open up that middle of the field. And that's only talking about Berkeley. That's not to talk about the helps that it's going to give Daniel Jones if he's the quarterback. The time to throw the ball, these times for the receivers to get open. Obviously, I don't believe that that's our only offensive lineman we're going to take, but I think for the value that everybody wants to throw out is, he might be a 15th, he might be a 16th round, not round, there's no 15 to 16 rounds, my bad, but, graded player in the first round, 15th to 16th overall rated player in the first round. But at the end of the day, if you're a team and you value him and he fits your need, but overall he fits a position that is not only a need, it's a must. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You pick him or you take him. As long as, I think it's ridiculous if people say like, Adam said it. So, but in a sense of Adam gets it. Adam gets the conversation. So this is me not going against Adam. But if you value him at 5, you pick him at 5. I don't want to hear people say like, oh, well, he's valued at 17, so no way you should ever take him in the top 5. That's ridiculous. You take him at 5. How much quarterbacks got taken at first? That's not even playing in the NFL. And now just go back 6 seasons. Go back 7 seasons. You know what I'm saying? Go back. The moral of the story is he fits a need, not even a story. The moral of my point is he fits a need. And what's up, Big Pat? What's up, Taj? Thank you so much for being here. Late night stream. Miss hit the line. 30-minute session. Ended up becoming alive. And let's get it. Logan, y'all take the mic. And how do you feel about that?
Yeah, a reason I'd love to take Linderbaum, obviously he's a big help to Barkley in the run game. He's a massive – he's not that massive, but you know what I mean. He's a mauler. He's good in the run game. He's decent in pass protecting. He needs to get – he's – a reason I like him is because he's a very short center, and short offensive linemen, honestly, are not the worst thing because to block a guy, you got to get underneath him. And when you're shorter, it's a lot easier to get underneath the guy's pads. And another thing that I like about him, a lot of people don't know, centers are the guys calling – a lot of the time, centers are the guys calling out the mic. They're calling out the signals. And with Daniel Jones being a young quarterback, I think that could help him develop faster. So I think if he were to take Tyler Linderbaum, it'd be a great pick. And I don't care where he's valued. If we take him in the top 5, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, I don't care about the value anymore. I don't listen to these people on TV. They try to manipulate you into drafting guys that they want you to draft. It doesn't mean that these guys are right for that certain team or organization. Right now, the only value to me is what the Giants need. You keep on taking value players like we did with Tony last year. You're not fixing the problem on the team. Like I feel like the team already is stacked with weapons. But because we don't have an O-line, those weapons weren't able to produce this year, right? We obviously know that, right? So you got to go into this draft right here. And we'll get into this also, the question of do you give up these picks for one of these, veteran quarterbacks that's out there like a Russell Wilson. But as far as just the picks right now, to me, I would go defensive end and O-line or O-line. And then you could go linebacker in the second round. But those are the positions that we have to attack. There's plenty of players. Like Pat was saying, Lindenbaum, I definitely would be thrilled to have the guy. I would not be upset at all if they picked him with our second pick in the first round or even the first. I don't care because there's definitely other teams that are going to be looking at him. you have the other team in New York is pretty much looking at him also. So I don't think Hutchinson and Thibodeau are going to fall out of the top 3. So I don't think we're getting that. So you would have Evan Neal. Listen, if the Giants drafted Evan Neal and Lindenbaum back to back, your line is almost set. Then you get back Gates, and hopefully they're developing Isaiah Wilson. People forget, if Isaiah Wilson and he lost all this weight and he's back in shape again, you're basically getting the 16th pick overall in the draft from 2 years ago. He's still a kid. He's 23 years old. So you'll be getting another beast. So it's like basically getting 3 offensive linemen in the first round, if you think about it.
Yep.
It may not be sexy, but I don't care any, because that's exactly what you need. And you put together a line, you may be able to revive Barkley's career. And if you wanted to stick with Jones one more year, I'm still a big believer that Daniel Jones behind a real line will be what we thought he would be, which is a play action quarterback with the ground game. You don't have to run him anymore. He would stay in the pocket. He would have a pocket. You'd have Barkley become the running back we always thought he would be. And you would have play action. And Jones as a play action quarterback would be a real effective quarterback. We've all seen his arm downfield. He has a big arm. So I'm not giving up on the guy yet. A lot of people are giving up because they want a quick fix. But things don't get fixed quick. Even if you were to bring a Russell Wilson in here, if you didn't fix this line, you're still not winning more than 7 or 8 games. And
here's the thing. Let's say, I don't want to just toss the line on the side. We're going to get back into the line. But let's just talk about Daniel Jones, and let's just talk about the quarterback situation right now. Yes, absolutely. So y'all know my thoughts on that, and I'm just going to say, let Daniel Jones refix the line. Let Daniel Jones the first shot at it. Give him 1 more year. That's 20, 21, 22 games. Me and Logan broke it down. That's 22 games Daniel Jones gets to have. Obviously, the last 5 games of the season we see, and obviously going into next season, he has the whole season. All right. But this was talked about on G Nation's stream yesterday. Logan, if you don't mind, if you can plug G Nation's channel in the chat, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. This was talked about on G Nation's stream. For me, I'm gonna say my point, and then I want your guys' points. A lot of quarterbacks are in circulations for free agency. We got the Tywads of the world. Mariota might be there. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, Andy Dalton. I'm mentioning him. I'm just mentioning him. For competition. We got Russell Wilson, and then we got Watson. The only quarterback that I'll trade. Thank you, Logan. The only quarterback that I'll give up picks for or trade for, and I won't, I'll make a trade good enough to get him here, is Watson. Only reason because where I value Watson is right up there at Mahomes.
I think top 3.
I know some people may say that's crazy, but I think, we've seen the pressure that Mahomes gets in the Super Bowl with the offensive line. Now, I don't want to take anything away from Patrick Mahomes. That is one of the best quarterbacks of the league right now, if not the best. And I'm not going to say the best because we still got someone named Tom Brady. And as much as people don't like it, he's still playing. So he's the best right now. You know what I'm saying? Go look at his numbers. Long story short, Patrick Mahomes is high, you know what I'm saying, in my quarterback rankings. I believe that Watson would have won that Super Bowl with the Chiefs if he had given the opportunity to play with the Chiefs. Yeah. I don't know. I think he'll do good, but I don't know if Patrick Mahomes will be able to put up the same numbers that Watson did with his teams and the Texans. People forget that Watson took the Texans to the playoffs with a terrible defense. People can say, oh, he had J.J. Watt. People can say he already had Hopkins. But let's talk about everybody else. It's a team game. It's not won by 3 players. Let's talk about everybody else on that Texans. And let's talk about that Texans offensive line. That was one of the worst offensive lines in the season, if not for Arizona, because I believe Arizona had a bad offensive line as well. So Watson is a player where, for me, how are you going to come up with that $40 million? I don't know. But at long story short, that's a player where people say, why would you throw away your future for that kind of player? Because that kind of player is the future of a team. Right. And that kind of player you'll be able to bring in, ask for his opinion. Hopefully, everybody talks about GM, I'm ranting, my bad, guys. Let me get 1 more minute.
Go ahead.
Everybody talks about GM Lewis, Monday Night Guy announcer. That's what I know him of. I know he was a scout before and stuff like that. But if he brings in, he absolutely loves. What's up, champ? Thanks for being here. He absolutely loves, Watson. So what if he brings in Watson? I'm just saying hypothetical. You still have one of those picks to use on a center, a guard, or whatever you need. That's one extra. We got Isaiah Wilson. We got Andrew Thomas. And bring, and I best believe we have probably, because we'll probably trade a first rounder. We'll give up probably a third rounder, a fourth rounder this year. Later picks in future drafts, but just for this year, we'll have about 8 more picks because we have 11. We give up some to get him in here. We have about 8 more picks to get some project players in here. I hate using the word project because we don't win with project players, but players that we can develop, you know what I'm saying? And with Watson behind any line is better than Jones behind any line. And that's facts. That's 100% facts. And I just wanted to know your guys' thoughts on it and take up as much time as you need. Let's get it.
I'll let Miz go first.
Oh yeah, no. Listen, man. If you wanna sell me on a Watson, I'm down because I understand he's young. And we would have him for a nice 12, 13 years. And with the weapons on this team already, Watson would do big time things. And then, but the only thing is what are we giving up for him? I cannot give up 3 first round picks for Watson, which is probably what it would take. If you could find a way to let us keep one of these 2 first rounders so that we could go get a Lindenbaum or an Evan Neal or somebody to put on the line because we need it. And you can work around the draft this year where you keep one of the thirds, because we got to address the line and we do have to get an edge rusher. It doesn't have to be all the way at the top. So I would definitely be open to get a Watson. And since you already went into it, I've already been saying that I would love to get Reddick in here because I think it's time for the Giants to go outside the box and do something that they haven't done in their history. Do something different. You're bringing in a younger guy who's very connected, who already was a scout for the Eagles, okay? You can't ignore that he's an African-American and has connections to a lot of these players in college and the NFL. So if the Giants are going to move into a modern-day football style, you would have to go with a guy like Reddick. You can't keep on going with these 60, 65-year-old guys that's been in part of the Giants' history. I get it. I know the Giants like to keep things the way they have. But if we don't come out the box, then things aren't going to change. So
yeah,
that's pretty much how I feel. And we'll get into the coach next. But go ahead, Loki.
We'll get into the coach yet.
Yeah, I was going to say, to be honest with you, I would not be opposed to Watson. But like Miz said, I'm going to need a way to keep one of these 2 first-round draft picks because, in my opinion, we need a first-round O-lineman this year. There's just nothing else to say about it. We need a first-round O-lineman this year. And I give them one of the first this year, a first next year, and a first the year after that. I don't care. But as long as we get to keep one this year, I'll be fine. But once again, I'd like to see Joe Judge I'd like to see Daniel Jones with a good offensive line. But if we could get Watson and keep one of these first-round picks this year, I'd do it.
Yeah, I like how you answered that because of the fact that this is the way I'm looking at it. Like, there's dead cap. I'm not just forgetting about dead cap. There's salary, but there's restrictions. We give up our pick. We keep the Bears pick. So that's 2022 first. 2023 first, 2025. I don't know if you can do that in the NFL, but I do not want to give up our pick in 2024. I want to keep that. So those are the 3 I'll give up, but I'll even take back. I'll give up 1 this year, 1 next year, Evan Ingram, Daniel Jones, a 3rd this year, a 4th next year, and a 2nd in 2024. And look how much value that brings in. And then you deal with Martinez's contract. Nate Soldier, you just get the fuck out of here. X-Man, get out of here. Lorenzo, get out of here. The punter, get out of here. Whitey Dixon, that's his name. All of the players that shall not be named, get out of here. You know what I'm saying? Maybe work around Bradbury's salary. Get the money. This Giants was in a scenario where if Leonard Williams didn't sign, and even after Leonard Williams signs, we had 1.2 million left. So if Dave Gettleman can somehow manipulate the cap, the new GM that comes here can somehow manipulate the cap. And if you look at future years down the line, with all these future technologies coming out, I'm talking about Amazon trying to get the NFL ticket, and look at all these contracts being signed with the media. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's going to open up salary cap even more for these players. So if you're concerned about paying a guy 40 million, 50 million, that kind of stuff, like when I value Watson and we can get in him here at the right price, like Logan said, like Miz said, I look at Watson and I value him just as I value Mahomes. And people say that's unfair because Mahomes got a Super Bowl. But okay, that's unfair. Watson had no team. You know, I value him right up there with him. You know what I'm saying? And if you're willing to give up, if someone told you, oh, Patrick Mahomes could come to the Giants, what are you willing to give up for him? You know what I'm saying? That's the way I look at it. So let's get into our coach. We got Joe Judge. I'm sick of him. I'm tired of him. I don't mind if you keep him around for one more year. I do want to see this guy succeed. I'm not one to early cast off a coach, but he makes me so damn irritated. And I get it. It's football. Maybe the players are not responding. You're looking at them. Sometimes they're just lazy. They don't look like they want to play football. So before I continue, what's up, Pat? Thank you so much for being here. You know, sometimes they don't want to play football. You know, sometimes they're like, it's slouches. So, but if a new GM comes in and he wants to keep Joe Judge, I don't mind it. Let this guy actually have a shot of building a team and fixing things. You know what I'm saying? But I get so mad at him. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to let Miz take over. Obviously, Pat, if you want to take over and talk about anything we was talking about, please go ahead. If not, Miz, you can get into the
I just wanted to say, because about Joe Judge, I said I will give Joe Judge more time. So the thing is, and Carl Banks had said that too. So, you know, I hold Carl Banks pretty high, like, you know, Pat already knows. And Carl Banks kept it really real this week because he really went after the team and told them to get their shit together because he's sick of it. But he also, like he said, keep Judge. You know what? I think Judge, the things he was saying this week, I think Judge was trying to take the hammer on his own head and he was protecting his players. And I think he's taking the heat for his players, which is the right thing to do. You know, he knows the team is not really good right now. And so I think that's what he was doing. And a lot of fans are taking it the wrong way. And, of course, the media will stir the pot always. So, you know.
What are we talking about? The coaching situation?
Yeah, well, you know, the first two picks in the draft, whether we should draft linemen or whether we should make the trade for Watson if it's possible. And what we wanted to do, that if you could get a Watson, we would like to somehow find a way to keep one of those two first picks.
If you trade for Deshaun Watson, they're going to play hardball. They're going to want those first two picks from us this year for Watson. But I will say this. With those picks being so high, because they might be like 3-4 or 4-5, you might be able to get away with just giving them those first two picks, and maybe a third rounder the next year, you know, or a second rounder the next year, because those picks are worth way more than what the Rams picks were when they gave up for Matthew Stafford. So you got to look at the chart. Those two picks right there, that's three. If it's 3-4, shit, only picks better is the 1-2. So you get a lot with those two picks. But in all honesty, I want us to build this team up first. Do I think Deshaun Watson makes us a 10-win team if he came here just by himself? If everybody stays healthy, we got a hell of a chance to do it. With Deshaun Watson, I believe he's just that caliber of a quarterback. So if we do have somebody here in place that can get that deal done, they're going to have to be a master of the cap, although the cap is going to go up and we're going to lose some players when we do bring in Watson. But the draft is going to have to be absolutely perfect for 2 to 3 years.
Yep.
If you bring in a guy like Deshaun Watson. And like I said, I wouldn't be mad at it. I'm not going to be like, oh, my God, that's so stupid, because who wouldn't want Deshaun Watson in their team's uniform? I mean, just be real with it. But I would prefer us to build up this offensive line with those first two picks If Hutchinson or Thibodeau is not right there, I got to get Linderbaum and the best right tackle or the best other lineman available with those first 2 picks. Hopefully it can be around the first 2 picks around 4 or 5 because I don't see us winning too many more games. I don't see the Bears winning too many more games this year. So if it's like 4 or 5, I hope the Lions or somebody take a quarterback. So that automatically lets us get Hutchinson, Thibodeau, or Neal if we got the number 4 pick. I hope the Lions take a quarterback. So,
Right.
I mean, the future is bright, man. As long as we fix this offensive line, we can be a good team. We fix this offensive line because I believe that defense playing the way that it's been playing, holding these teams to like 15 points, 17 points. If we have an offense that can put up 24 points consistently, which I think we can, even with Daniel Jones. If we had an offensive line, we'll be all right. It's just that we look so bad because we don't have the most important part to a team, which is the trenches.
Right.
That is the most important part to your team. You can get away with not having weapons if you got good trenches. Just to be honest with you can get away with having mediocre receivers and put up a little bit of points. If you got a damn good offensive line that get that quarterback time, because no defense in the NFL is going to hang with any receiving core if they're able to run around like chickens with their head cut off.
Yep.
That's why the Pittsburgh Steelers had good offenses for years and years and years. They had an offensive line that could hold up, and Big Ben was able to just move back there in the pocket for 10 years. And then you think you're going to hold up against Antonio Brown and Mike Wallace and them for that long? Hell no, you ain't going to be able to do it. So just got to get an offensive line here, folks, and I believe that turns this whole franchise around. Just the offensive line, because now you might be able to run the ball with Saquon Barkley now if they can open up some holes for him. Who knows? And it allows you to see what this team really is. Having that offensive line, if they're opening up holes and your running back can't run through the holes, then you know it's time to get another running back. If they're holding up their block and giving your quarterback a pocket and he still can't make throws to wide open receivers, then you know you got to get another quarterback. So getting that offensive line puts the bright lights on everybody now, because now you can't complain about not having time if you have time. Will I say these rookies come in and make this the most dominant offensive line ever? No, they will not make it the most dominant offensive line ever because they're rookies. But I guarantee it's going to be better than what we see right now. A rookie Evan Neal is 10 times better than what Nate Solder is right now. Linderbaum as a rookie is 10 times better than what Billy Price is right now.
All right.
Who knows? Whoever's the right guard and left guard, if Billy Price if Linderbaum and Evan Neal or Linderbaum and whoever you have out there as your second offensive lineman are playing well, maybe those guys are able to play well as well. And I believe Daniel Jones can get out the pocket from him if he's getting pressure up the middle a little bit. I believe he can break the pocket or he can step up in the pocket. It's that offensive line is a cancer. Like Miz said, like I said, a lot of people owe Miz an apology. Just to be honest with you, he's been saying it for over a year, and it turned out to be true. So, fix this offensive line, you'll be all right.
That's facts. Jane, make sure you guys go sub to everybody here. Make sure you guys go sub to everybody here. All amazing, great content creators. Links in the comments right there. You know what I'm saying? So, sub to Logan automatically.
I'll agree with that. Go ahead.
Sub to Miz. No, you Gucci. Sub to all the here, you know what I'm saying? Sub to Champ. I'm gonna let Miz take over and then we'll come back to you, Champ. Let's get it. You just gonna say something, Miz?
Yeah, I just wanted to basically what Pat was saying. I agree. You already know where I stand, but I agree with that. I would like to, as sexy as Watson and Russell Wilson is, and as fast as we wanna, as much as we want to win next year right away because we're tired of losing. I'm about the long term. And I'm not going to jump to the temptation. So I would like us to spend these draft picks on this O-line, a defensive end, go get a linebacker in the second or third rounds. Just do the right things to build the team. And I will go one more year with Jones. And if Jones doesn't work out, then Jones is your 1 year quarterback that gets you to the next draft where you could draft. And there's a better class of quarterbacks coming out in the following year. So if you stay patient and you build the team, but I am a believer, again, that if you build this O-line, you revive Barkley's career, which means a lot to this fan base. Okay? Let's be honest. We all want Barkley to have a good year. A lot of the fans love him. And you know what? Jones is a play-action quarterback. That's why you drafted him. That's what a lot of the Giants' history has been like with those type of quarterbacks. You build a line, you're going to have the quarterback you thought you were getting in the beginning. I believe that. So I would not go jump out and give away our picks to go bring in, and then if that doesn't work, we are screwed for another 4 or 5 years. So it's time to start building. You got these picks. You put these picks together. You stack them. You got to use them the right way.
Yep.
And a lot of that will depend on who comes in here, but I believe that's the way we should go. Have some more patience for another year is what I'm saying.
I believe Daniel Jones is out for at least, I think, the season, if not for weeks, right? I know I said he had like 21 games. He might have like 15 or 16 games, but hopefully he comes back and hopefully he can see the field. So yeah, well, hopefully maybe 3 weeks later he can see 2 final games. But we'll see where the team is at that point.
That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't be shocked if Jones returns for the last game or two.
Yeah, Champ, what's your thoughts on free agents such as quarterbacks when it comes down to the quarterback situation? What's your thoughts on Daniel Jones, and what's your thoughts on if a new GM was to come in? Just the topics we've been discussing overall. I'm gonna let you have the mic. I know you hardly get the time to speak, but here it is. Well, have the mic and do your thing.
What I think with the free agents, I would like to bring in Reddick, but the problem is we don't have enough cap space to do it. Because in this draft, I really want to focus on getting 4 offensive line.
What?
Wait, hold on. No, I'll let you go, Jaden. But we don't. The cap space. We don't need a. Riddick doesn't revolve at cap space because he doesn't play on the team. That's different money, Jaden. Right. But I'll let you go.
All right, I was making sure.
Yeah,
because I really want 4 offensive line because we don't have a choice but to go after it. It's like for Daniel Jones, I want him to stay for 1 more year. Get the offensive line and see what he got. If he doesn't work out, then you go after the next quarterback in that draft. Just like what Miz said. And Joe Judge, I think he's going to stay for 1 more year because most of us want him out, but I'm pretty sure he's going to end up staying. Because I don't have
I was mistaken by that.
Don't worry too much about the cap because I was listening to Ian Rappaport today. Not that I already didn't notice. We noticed. We saw what happened last year. The Giant people are too worried about it. Listen, forget the cap, man. In the NFL, these teams know how to play around with the cap and get whatever they want to get. Believe me. So the money's – listen, Ian Rappaport said today the money's not an issue for the Giants. So – there will be some money next year to get what we need to get. But really, if you want to fix this team, it's going to be in the draft. That's it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, hopefully after this, like for next year, hopefully we get a new offensive coordinator that knows how to get the playmakers the ball, like at all times. Like try to find different ways to get your receivers involved early. Because like if it's working, don't get away from it. That's something we've been known for. It's like,
by the way, Pat, I know Pat agrees with me. Oh, go ahead. I thought you were done. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Like, I just want 4 offensive line because we can get a strong running game. Because if we could do that, we don't have to pass as much. Because good teams have good offensive line and they run the ball a lot.
Yeah, we got to get back to running the ball. We got to get back to Giants' way. And that's only happening once we build the front line, which we haven't had. You can't sit here and tell me, 2 years later, Barkley is not a good running back anymore. That's bullshit. That's nonsense, man. Okay? And because we don't have the line to set up a ground game, we keep running Jones, hoping to sneak him for a 60-yard run. And all we're doing is getting the guy killed. His neck, his leg, it's ridiculous. You build a line, you go back to the ground game. I guarantee you will never have to see Jones run the ball again, unless it's a half-a-yard quarterback sneak. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Draft 2 offensive linemen in the first and watch how different this team looks next year. And absolutely right on that deception. And that's why I
Yeah,
love all these content creators here on the stream, because we're all talking our points, we're all talking our opinions, but at the end of the day, there's knowledge behind it. And we're all passionate fans that love the team. And so once again, make sure you guys all go subscribe to all these amazing content creators. Let's get into the coach. I'm gonna have Jaden go first. We can go then Pat, then Logan, then Miz, and I can go last. So Jaden, thoughts on Joe Judge? You want him around? You don't want him around? I think I know everybody stands, but you can go and you can make it short if you want it. You can go on you can take up as much time as you want. You know what I'm saying? And that's for everybody. So go right ahead, Jen.
I mean, I'll probably make it short as possible. I think 90% of his fan base wants him out. I mean, but I have a feeling he's gonna stay for next year, because I know we don't want to fire coaches every 2 years, but every time we do that, we get the exact same results. We don't win much games. Hopefully next year he finally learns that don't waste your time else on the dumbest stuff. Like, you gotta learn how to manage the game properly. That's been a big issue for Joe Judge. All right, well, one of y'all could take over.
I love it. Go right ahead, Pat.
Impact talking.
Yeah, actually, I think Joe Judge is going to be here next year, and he's going to have to take us to the playoffs, or he's going to be gone. I believe that's the best decision to do, is have him be here next year. The only problem I have with that, do you trust this guy with the draft picks that we have next year? Dave Gettleman is going to be gone. Who's going to be the GM? I mean, there's a lot of things that's going to be determined with this team, with this new GM. Is it going to be somebody like a Reddick, or is it going to be Abrams? They keep it in-house, and him and Judge have a better relationship than him and Gettleman. Who knows? But Judge will be here next year.
Absolutely. And real fast before you go, Logan, I said this at the beginning of the stream. Me, myself, I haven't watched it, so I'm talking to myself, and I say this too. Go check out Pat's draft. Once again, his link is up in the description below. We'll drop it again right there. Go check out his mock draft on his channel. Please give everybody here on this stream some love. You know what I'm saying? Thank you so much. And go right ahead, Logan. Let's get it.
I'm going to be honest with you, bro. In the last few days, I've talked about Joe Judge so much on my channel and on other people's channels. Whether we keep him or not, I'm good. I don't even want to talk about this dude anymore.
Absolutely. That's why I said keep it short or keep it long. I love it. Let's get it, Miz.
Well, I'm old school, so I'm going to stick with Judge for another year, because we haven't given him the real opportunity to turn. This has been a mess for a while, so you can't have him just turn it around in 2 years. And you hate to use injuries as an excuse, because we keep on having them, but the facts are that we had a lot of injuries this year real early. So the thing is, I'll bring Judge back. I think the players are still playing very hard for him. I like that he tries to protect the players. He is young, he is learning on the go. And like I said, I listen to a lot of things Carl Banks says, and he wants Judge to be here because he feels he's a real good coach. He'll be here for a long time. But as far as who's coming in to be the GM, they have to be on the same page as Judge. Because my thing is still this draft coming up is so vital. You can't have a GM wants one guy and a coach wants something else. We can't have that. You know, this is a real important draft. They got to be on the same page. And there's no way that we can have guys where the fans know what we need more than the coach and the GM, you know? So that's the biggest thing to me. I think Judge ain't going anywhere. So who's coming in for a GM? And he has to be a strong enough personality where he could ask Mara to back off and his son and let the GM and the coach do the job.
Let's go into that a little bit more. Let's take a deeper dive. For me, before we go into that, as much as mad as he gets me, I think the guy obviously deserves a shot to be here next year, and I'm just gonna keep it that short. Let's get into let's play Joe Judge. All right, so whoever wants to take it can take the mic. If right now you're Joe Judge, how would you evaluate this team? What would you look for on Sundays? Obviously, you got your quarterback that's banged up. Obviously, you got your team that's banged up. what are you looking for? You know what? I'm not saying this is tanking. I'm not saying you're trying to tank. I'm just saying, realistically the season's over. This is not something that's just put it out there. It's obvious. It's right there in your face. Put yourself in Joe Judge's shoes. What are you looking for out of your players? And what do you want to see? How are you evaluating this team? And just play it like if you're Joe Judge right now and you got a game this Sunday. Whoever wants to take it can take it.
If I'm Joe Judge, I'm looking for good execution. I know we've heard that at his interviews, his interviews so much. I know people are tired of hearing it, but I want to see good execution. I want to see fundamental tackling. I don't want to see guys giving up in the fourth quarter. I just want to see good effort, and obviously I want to see wins. That's about it for me.
I love it.
I'll go fast. Mine's simple.
Go ahead.
I don't. At this point, yeah, you want to win a game or two, but I'm a fan, so as a fan, I don't want to win the games right now for obvious stupid reason, the draft.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is this: if I'm Judge, who's here to fight and play hard until the last down of the season? Who wants to be here next year? Because to me, I wouldn't have anyone have a guaranteed spot. Who's going to play their ass off to the end of the year, regardless if we lose? Are you playing hard the whole way? Do you care? And I would start plugging in some of these guys like Isaiah Wilson, Hurt. Let me see some of these young guys who could be a big part of next year. It's time to see them, These guys that are also nicked up and injured, I want to see you try to get back in here before the end of the year. You got to show me some effort. Not that the team is done. We're not going nowhere like these receivers, and I'm just going to make believe I'm hurt for the rest of the year. No. You know what I mean? Judge has to really look who's really hurt and who's being a clown. You got to separate the men from the clowns or else nothing's going to change here. And that's how I feel.
Love that statement. Separate the men from the clowns. I love it. JD and Champ, you guys want to get at this?
Yeah.
Go right ahead, Champ.
If I'm Joe Judge right now, I'm not starting Mike Glenn. I'm starting Jake from State Farm. That's what I was starting. For right tackle, instead of Big Soga, I'm putting him at Pert N.
Awesome take, man.
Is there any offensive line we could put out there to replace us starting?
What? Said Isaiah Wilson. He said he'll like to.
Yeah, I'll put Isaiah Wilson at guard. Then I want to see what I have with this offensive line. Because they actually might be better, but it will never know. I want to give Quincy Roche more snaps. Because I want to get these young players more involved in the game. Because I don't like they have like 40%, 30% of snaps. Because that actually pisses me off so much. I just want to see better execution from offense. Try to make plays. When plays are not there, try to make a play out of it. Because I get tired of punting the football. Like, if we had like they 30 or 40 something, it's like 4 for short, whatever, I'm being aggressive. I don't like the mentality of playing to lose. That's not the way to go out like that.
Well, no one plays to lose, JD.
No, the way Joe Judge does it is frustrating.
I know what he's saying. He's coaching not to lose. And sometimes that's how you end up losing. Instead of coaching to win.
Yeah.
Facts.
But you have to understand one thing. Like Taj in the chat is saying, quit being conservative. But in order to quit being conservative, you have to have an O-line that allows you time to take shots down the field and do the aggressive things you want to do. And if you don't have the O-line and now you don't have your starting quarterback, then the aggressiveness.
Yeah, look, if we have to go on, if I'm the coach, I'm telling them, run the ball, see if the offensive line can push and try to score.
And this is one thing that really pisses me off. We can't get anything going with Barkley. Maybe you get into an I formation and have a lead blocker for him every once in a while.
Yeah, because look, after that, if that don't work, I'm telling the quarterback, throw it to 1-on-1 with Kenny Galladay, see if he could go up and go get it, or Colin Johnson. It's like we need to find different ways to score in the end zone because we have a hard time scoring. Yeah, I expect, like, if I'm the coach, I want touchdowns at the goal line. I don't want field goals. because other teams could take the lead just like that, and we seen that for so many years.
The problem too is, obviously it's so hard to pass the ball when the field shrinks. Guess what? It's easier to run the ball, but guess what? We don't have a running game because guess what? We don't have offensive line. So obviously, right, it all comes down to the offensive line, and it makes me think because I know we talked about it in Pat streams, we talked about it in Logan streams, talked about it in everyone's streams. Why the hell is the contract with Nate Soldier? Like, what is going on? How does he continue to store it every single I'm a sole believer that there's some players in this league that just performs better in game. And y'all can call me crazy, but I think that Gordon Minshew is a really great quarterback. He just never gets his chance, And maybe he's the kind of quarterback where in practice he doesn't really look like anything special, but he performs when he gets out in the bright lights. How do we know that some of these offensive linemen is just not looking good in practice, but if they finally get a chance to get onto the field to get out there, maybe they'll do good. You know what I'm saying? Because anything can do better than what Nate Schroeder is saying. So I'm just so confused on how he's still on the team. And if I was Joe Joseph, if I was in that position, I'll be looking at my team and I'll be like, yo, what the fuck, guys? There's no execution. Y'all look like lazy fucking robots out there. Get it together. At the end of the day, I don't care if he, you know what? You look back at that Houston team. They knew there was a bad team. You go look at that. I'm sorry to go back on Watson's football team, but if you go look at the years that he was in Houston, they knew that was a bad football team. F that. Look at the Lions. They know that they're a bad football team this season. They play with Hort. They look like they're actually playing with Hort. Our guys play with Hort 70% of the time. I'll ask them to give what the fuck is the 110%. I don't even care for losing, man. I don't care for losing. You do not take a play off. I never want to see you walk away from a fucking player when your fucking player is on the ground. And I've seen that too much times this year. I don't care if we're down fucking 0-57. Your ass is running. I want to see you running to the fucking sideline. Don't fucking walk. You got sacked. Why you walking? No, everybody get your shit together. I don't care.
Also Zion. If I'm the coach, I'm gonna look at the offensive line. I'm tired of y'all piss poor blocking. Get out there and start blocking.
I don't care if we're fucking 3rd and 42. I want to see players picking up players and fighting and giving their all on every damn play. Because guess what? I'm not in a situation where I'm making millions of dollars, but guess what? Best believe I'm grinding like I'm in a situation because I'm putting my mindset in the situation that they're making millions of dollars and they don't even have minds. They're just getting too lazy. Barbecue at homie's house on this. So they're just having a barbecue on Friday night. We should go there. You know what I'm saying? They don't show up on Sunday, and it's irritating, and it's super irritating, and super frustrating. And I'm taking it out on you guys because I'm ranting forever. So I'm just gonna shut up, and I'm gonna ask Big Pat if he wants to answer this. If not, we can move on to the next topic.
About the players not wanting to play, or
just on if you as Joe Judge, what would you want to see out of your team? If you was the head coach right now in this team.
First thing I would do if I was Joe Judge, I would bench Hernandez, Billy Price, and Soda, and I would put in
Let's get it.
Brett Hagee, Wilson, and Pert just to see what they have. You got to. Second, I would shut. If Barkley still can't get any running yards with that lineup, I'm shutting them down after that game. I'm not starting Mike Lennon anymore for the rest of the season. I'm putting in Jake Fromm. See what he has for me. And on the defensive side, Lorenzo Carter, Zimenez, or Sheldon would never touch the field again.
That's a fact.
And I'm getting my younger players some playing time. I'm getting Robinson more playing time. I'm getting Darnay Holmes more playing time. I'm getting Love more playing time. I'm getting Ellerson Smith more playing time. I'm getting Raymond Johnson more playing time. I got to see what these guys bring to me to see if I'm allowed to keep these guys on the squad as depth pieces next year. That's the problem with this coaching staff. They don't know what they have because they don't put people in. They have loyalties to these whack-ass dudes who you know is not going to be here, that shouldn't be here. So you might as well put people on shit. Put in Cunningham at right tackle. If Matt Pert is that bad, put in Cunningham at right tackle. See what he can do. I mean, because Nate Solder, like I said, you don't even have to pay Nate Solder. He's giving it up. So it doesn't. I mean, it really don't matter. And Hernandez has been in the league 4 years and still can't pick up a stunt. Get his stupid ass out. Billy Price. Only thing he can do is snap the ball, and he just started doing that correctly. So I mean, get them guys out of there. I won't give a shit if you put Skur and Bredis in that guard. Get Hernandez punk ass out of there. Get Nate Solder out of there. They got your quarterback killed. I think this Daniel Jones thing is a lot of BS, and they're just benching them for the rest of the year. They just don't want to come out and say it. So
I like that. That's an interesting take. I like that.
You gotta put your guys out there. Shepard and them don't want to come back in. Don't let his ass come on the sidelines. You want to jump around and shit all fucking day. That's cool. You're a hype for your teammates, but I'm tired of seeing you in street clothes, bro. Stay home and get healthy. If you're that hurt,
That's
stay
facts,
home and get
though.
healthy. I'm tired of seeing you on the sideline in street clothes. That shit gets played out. Maybe if you hurt for one or two or three
maybe
games.
time for becoming a cheerleader. I'm not trying to be. We don't have cheerleaders,
Right.
but maybe
Right.
That's
He's
what
our first cheerleader. He will be the first
Some players
cheerleader.
jumping on the damn sideline. I'm sorry, but continue.
If we had cheerleaders, he would definitely be the first one. He would be the first cheerleader because he's always on the sidelines cheering. I don't need to see that no more. I'm tired of that. I'm tired of people coming out in the middle of the game. Every freaking game, somebody gets hurt. Like, what the hell is going on? Where people get hurt like this every single year? And this was happening before Joe Judge, so this is not a Joe Judge problem. People were getting hurt like this when Odell Beckham was still here. Something is wrong with this training staff or this facility, or you're just drafting soft players. It might be a combination of all three, just to be honest with you. So I'm sitting Shepard for the rest of the season too. And I'm bringing in somebody off the practice squad. I'll go get a practice squad player and bring him in there and see what he got. Because if the season is over, let it be over, and let me see who wants to be on this team. Just to be honest with you, you want to get hurt? Oh, my ankle. Oh, my quad. Oh, my hip. Oh, well, sit your ass down on the sidelines, pack it up, stay home, come to practice and stay home. I'll take these undrafted rookies to this game and let them play their hearts out, and let's see if we can get a victory with them. Or at least they can show me they can be a depth piece for the next year. I'm not going to keep taking veterans out here knowing that half of you veterans probably ain't even going to be on the team sooner or later and keep losing with you. Shit, I might as well put the young guys in there and lose with them. Keep losing with your old ass for. You know what I'm saying? So you need to get people in there that you can get evaluations for. This coaching staff doesn't evaluate anything, and it's stupid. You got all those offensive linemen that you ain't evaluating, and why? You got the worst offensive line in the league. What, are you going to get worse than 31st? Or 32nd? You can't get worse.
That right.
You might as well see what you got. What if Cunningham comes in there and balls out? Like Zion said, he might not be a practice player, but when he gets into the game, something just clicks, and he turns into a monster. Now you know you got something at right tackle. Maybe now he could be your swing tackle. You never know. What if Matt Purdy's one of those type players? And I still call bullshit on that because you trusted him enough to put him at left tackle over Nate Solder. But Nate Solder's head and shoulders above him? No, that doesn't make any sense. Nobody in the league should be behind Nate Solder, head and shoulder. I mean, that means you're the worst of the worst. Because Nate Solder ain't doing shit. So if he ain't doing shit and he's head and shoulders above you, what the fuck are you doing?
When I have a homie that's 13, no offense, Logan, but when I have a homie that's 13 calling my cell phone and literally thinking like, dude, I think I would beat Nate Solder if I was out there. The kid's 13 and he really thinks that something's wrong. No offense, Logan, but as a 13-year-old and you're saying that, something's wrong. Get the fuck out of there. You know what I'm saying? Because if fans of this team at the age of 13,
What did I say?
You called me, remember what? After one of these games, it's like, dude, I could go out there and block better than Nate Solder. Like realistically, like talking to me for like 10 minutes and explaining like if you was talking to me like you was in front of the GM and you was trying to get recruited as the Giants to play for Nate Solder because you was just basically pitching your shot because he's like, at the end of the day, you're 13, and if you think you can really realistic play better than Nate Solder, then dude, that's sad. Get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? No offense, Logan, but the guy just sucks.
That's not even Soldier's
man.
fault, man. That's the coaching staff. He shouldn't be in there.
Right.
Yeah.
You should be in there, man. You know he's washed.
He's done. He's washed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Billy Price
be
always on his
mad.
ass.
You can't be mad at a guy who's done. He's washed. You can't be mad at him. He's just washed. He can't turn the clock back. Just get him off the field, man. That's it.
Man, let him go out with some dignity, man.
Absolutely.
That's what I say.
Yeah.
Let
Like
the
Pat
man have
was
his
saying,
dignity.
man, if you spend these last 5 games, Pat, evaluating the kids that are on the benches, and you come up with one good player for next year on this O-line, that's a
He
big
did a
deal.
damn good job. Right. That's a big deal.
That's true.
Stop.
He came out of the year with something.
Man, come on, man. Let the man have some dignity and go out with some pride. He knows he's washed. You know he's washed. He's never going to tell you, I'm going to sit on the bench because he has too much pride. But you both you guys know he's washed. You can easily bring him into your office and be like, Nate, it's time for you to sit down. And I guarantee you that man would agree with you. You'd be like, okay, I'll be ready if you ever need me again. And he'll sit on that bench and be as happy as a tick. And I wouldn't be mad at him because he came back, he tried, he's washed, he's done. Let him go. He's got a Super Bowl ring. His family is hopefully they're a lot better going on right now. Let him go. Let him go into the sunset, man. The dude, he got a ring, man. He's cool. Let the dude sit on the bench and let's see what these young kids got, man. Stop putting this dead horse out there that has a bad hoof. His leg is broken. And he can't buck no more. And you just keep putting him out there.
That's so sad.
When
you put it like that.
It's like why we now doing fade routes when we could have been doing that. It's like we waited till like week 9.
That's stupid too because we got a coach. I believe this coaching staff, him and Garrett, didn't like each other for real.
Some disconnection there. You could sense it.
And that disconnection
like the chemistry
right there
off.
hurt the chemistry of the offense, period. And now you're trying to build chemistry with backup quarterbacks, and it's bad, man. It's real bad. You let Joe Judge bring in his offensive coordinator for next year, and you see what he does next year. If he doesn't get you to the playoffs, I'm not accepting. We almost made. If he doesn't get you into the playoffs, you fire his ass. You gave him 3 years. That's more than enough time. That's more than what Art Shell got with the Raiders. He got 1 season and they fired him. So I've seen coaches get way less stream and do a whole lot better than what Joe Judge has been doing and got cut. So I'm just saying, man, you got to get this guy 1 more season. The only part I don't like about it is, can you trust this guy with these 10 draft picks? Because if this fool goes in there and drafts a DB in the first round, he might get shot. He might get shot.
Oh, it's gonna be an irate fan.
I would hate to see that pick come up to that podium. They say somebody like the kid from LSU, the DB. Oh my God, funny. This fan base, the fan base right there at the draft is gonna be pissed off. They're gonna be looking for him. So you better get some good security if you do some shit like that. I promise you.
Oh, that's funny. So, real fast, champ. I'll let you go. Well, I'll let you go real fast. Go, champ.
Yo, if we don't draft 2 offensive line with those picks, this fan base is gonna be wanting to burn MetLife Stadium down.
Yeah, hell yeah. So, that being said, guys, I'm gonna have Miz come up with our last topic of the night. Ask the panel anything you want to ask the panel. We'll all go get into that discussion, and then after that discussion, we'll probably all head out there. I want to thank all of you guys again for coming on. I know it's really late where you guys are at, and it's a late night stream, and it's awesome. And thank you, everybody in the chat. You got Deception, you got Supertage. Well, let's get it. It's up to everybody here. Make sure you give everybody, some love. If you're watching this, obviously you're watching this after the fact. Give everybody love here. And Miz, come up with the next topic and ending topic of discussion for the evening. And ask the panel. If you want to ask the panel.
I don't have a last topic. I don't know.
All right. So our last topic. Pat, come up with a topic.
I don't know.
What's
the last topic of the night?
You want to go over your mock draft like the picks after the first two, like the second, third, and fourth round. We could look at those because I like some of the defensive players that he had us getting in the middle rounds.
Yeah, how would
Oh
we do that?
yeah, and in the middle rounds, in the second round, I got the defensive edge from Florida State. Hopefully, he's still available right there. Jermaine Johnson. If he's not there, I believe Myjai Sanders from Cincinnati will be there. Check him out. Very good guy. He's kind of got a slender frame, but he reminds me a little bit of OC when you look at his film. Mm-hmm. Third round, I went with linebacker from inside linebacker from Alabama. Very, very good linebacker. Little undersized, 225, but I think him and Tate Crowder, they could be those side-to-side linebackers if you got him. Now, I will tell you to look at one linebacker that you could probably get at a little later, and he's out of Wisconsin. His name is Leo Chanel, and then I want you to look at another one. His name is JoJo Domann, Domann, from Nebraska. When I say this guy could be a Mr. Everything for us, that Nebraska kid, he can rush the passer, he can play middle linebacker, he can be on special teams. He's the type of player that you need on your defense. Look up two guys like that. And then look at a defensive tackle from Florida State. His name is Robert Cooper. Reminds me of Dalvin Tomlinson. These guys, I think, that can be really good for us. Look at the guy named Tyler Smith, offensive tackle from Tulsa. You can move him to guard, and he'll actually be pretty damn good at guard. These would be in my next mock draft that I make. Another one looks Lecitus Smith. Man, this draft thing, I wish I could do the shit like Ian Rappaport and all those guys, because I think I'll be pretty good at it. I think I could keep fans interested in looking at some players and projected players to go to certain teams, but just look at certain guys like that, guys that people are going to miss. That Leo Chanel, he could probably go in the 4th or 5th round. That JoJo Domann could probably go in the 6th or the 7th. And that kid's pretty damn good, man. If you look at him, he's fast, he's lean. He could give you edge rush. He could play middle linebacker. He could play outside in the 4-3 if you wanted him to. And he's pretty damn good in coverage. He's an all-around linebacker, and people are going to miss out on him. Those are the type of players that people like the Patriots get that nobody recognizes until they win a Super Bowl. And they be like, damn, that guy turned out to be pretty damn good because he got him for what he needed. So
you want to take Deception's question, Pat? Could the Notre Dame safety convert to linebacker? I believe he's talking about that stud.
No, you keep him at safety. That dude's an all-world safety. He could cover deep. He could come up in the box. He tackles well. He reads coverage well. You keep him right there at safety. You don't convert him to linebacker. No. Everything about him is a safety.
That's just absolutely. I love Lindenbaum. I would totally want him, but I don't agree with moving him to guard. You draft him as a safety, as a center. I want him starting our center from day one.
Absolutely. And I'm so excited for the offseason because in recent years, the offseason has been more exciting than the regular season. I buy the magazine every year. I go in depth with all these players. And I haven't looked up all these players and gone in depth, but I know, I watch a little bit of college ball, but I know Pat's a big a Florida fan, and he's a big, college watcher. So I'm going to direct all the questions to college related to him. But before we end the stream tonight, I'm going to say, Logan and Champ, is there any college players that you guys may be into? I know Pat just dropped a bunch, so make sure you guys rewind the stream, get all those players, look up those players, because I know I will. So Logan and Champ, you guys have any players you guys been looking at maybe for later rounds?
I'm looking at Brandon Smith, middle linebacker from Penn State.
He's probably going to go first, late first or early second.
I figured if he could fall to the second, we got to grab him.
I like it. Champ, what about yourself?
Rig. What's up, Rig?
What up, Rig?
What's good, Rig? Offensive line, linebacker, running back.
Is there any players though? Like
and the edge.
We all want those, but is there any players? Because right now I can't shout out players, so it's okay to say that. But is there any players
I like that Alabama. I like Bevan Neal right now.
Okay.
Then I like that Michigan running back Haskins because I think he's gonna fall to the 4th.
Okay.
If he's available in the fourth, I'll take him.
Hassan Haskins can go late third, fourth. Another running back I want guys to look at. I think he's the perfect running back for our team because Joe Judge wants to be a power run team. Brian Robertson Jr. from Alabama. I believe that guy's the perfect running back for us, and we can have him in the fourth round.
Yeah, that's a guy I really do want. That's a guy I really want. Pat knows. I really want that because I want the Giants to get back to that physical, bruising running game.
Absolutely. And yes, Vic, we are live. It's a late night stream and we're actually coming to a close here. So if you still want content, you know what I'm saying, go rewind it from the beginning and make sure you guys all rewind it because I know I didn't catch that when Pat was throwing out all those players. You want to go rewind it and get all those players. And also you want to go check out Pat's draft that he dropped. I'm going to put it back up. Go check out Pat's draft that he dropped. I know I will. And go check out everybody here because obviously we are all supporters of the Giants. I know it's depressing times right now, but we're going to get through it. And what comes from it is a nice empire and a Super Bowl here soon in the next couple of years. We hope so. So that being said, I'm going to have everybody go around and plug their channel, Starting with Miz, and we'll get out of here. Miz, you want to go and plug your channel? Where can these people find you at?
What? I don't even know.
You haven't? Oh, no, you good? Oh, go ahead. Okay. Everybody go make sure you guys go check out Miz. This guy goes on some amazing, passionate fans. Absolutely. And if you don't know who Miz is, make sure you guys.
You can't find me. I'm on Pat's stream. You find me on Pat's stream.
There you go. Yeah. There you go. You'll find Miz on stream. All right. Hell yeah. So Logan, go right ahead. Plug.
Subscribe to my channel, LGZ Productions.
Let's get it. Jaden?
Yeah, sub to my channel, J Productions. And one last statement. Oh, and long live the Broncos wide receiver legend, Demaryius Thomas.
PS.
Yeah, may you rest in peace, man. That's crazy.
That's to the family. Absolutely. Pat, you can end us off here. Plug what you need to plug. Let's get it.
All right, man. Let's get it. Thank you for tuning in to Zenith TV, his channel. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, all platforms, Big Pat Sports Talk. Welcome to Big Pat Sports Talk as a YouTube channel. Go ahead and like and subscribe to it. Check us out on film sessions on Fridays. I won't do one this Friday because I'm not doing the film session on Mike Glenn. I'm not trying to depress myself that bad. We got the True Big Blue podcast on Wednesdays. You know we call the games live every Sunday for the Giants. Check out Leather to the Face, G Nation. What he calls this channel now? G Nation Inside Sports.
Check
us out on Saturday. Yeah, check us out on Saturdays. Check out Zion on Saturdays as well. He does the UFC fights. Man, I'm just proud of everybody doing with the Big Blue Crew, man. Everybody's doing things. If you're looking for a passionate Giants fan, a passionate response to what's going on, man, you need to check out Miz's channel, man. It's his name right there. Just check out that channel. You want to hear some truth? You want to hear just raw truth about this team? Go look at that video, man. That video should have about 1 million views right now. That video was
That's facts. I don't know how Miz didn't go viral yet. I just don't understand it. Yeah. Amazing, passionate fan. And please go check him out.
Go ahead.
No, it's all you have, Paz.
We're all the Big Blue Crew. Everybody has their channel. You can follow everybody's channel in the links. And hopefully, Bill, you're still doing. I know you're still doing your 30-minute sessions. I believe you're still doing that. Hopefully,
Absolutely.
I can get on another one of those, man. I love that idea.
Absolutely, yes.
And everybody have a good night, man, and be blessed, man. And rest in peace to Demaryius Thomas, man. It's crazy.
I am going to try to do something. Go ahead, Pat. Sorry, I know you're talking.
They said they found him dead in his home, man. So I don't know what.
How old was he?
33.
33. Cause I know on Christmas he turns 34.
That's it.
They say they don't know why, right?
Mm-hmm.
They said
I wasn't gonna say that. I was gonna do something this summer. I'm gonna try to do something different because I am a big soccer fan, and the World Cup is this summer, and I think I'm gonna do a lot of videos and keeping track of all the games during the World Cup.
Big content.
Stream them live, man.
Hell yeah.
Maybe we'll stream a couple live USA
Nobody's
games.
doing soccer. Nobody's doing soccer.
Yeah, and
I'll
there's
be
a
honest,
new
I
soccer
can't
fan
stand
base
soccer,
out
but
there.
I like you, so I'll come check out the streams because of you.
Well,
That's
I'll
facts.
tell you, there's a big fan base, but
Yeah,
when the
it's
World Cup
huge.
comes around once every 4 years, the whole world goes crazy for it,
Yep.
including the United States team. So
I was planning on doing the Olympics one year. So
The Olympics will be lit. I was gonna say, guys, thank you again. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you, Pat, for all those kind words. Thank you, Miz, for calling me up out of the
Yeah,
blue
yeah.
and just going live like this. Is absolutely means the world for me. Anytime anybody wants to come on 30-minute sessions, Pat, absolutely you can come on. I know Rick had an episode that ended up not uploading. Rick, you know your time. We're gonna get back together. I'll hit you up. We'll get you on the 30-minute sessions. Also, I'm doing obviously the UFC fights this Saturday, and I believe Nate wanted to do a fight night for some UFC fight nights. So we're gonna go back and forth on that. I don't know if it's gonna become a consistent thing. I'm really just gonna be doing the real big UFC fights. So make sure you guys check me out on that. And like I said, we got Logan's podcast, we got Pat's podcast. Sub to everybody here, all amazing content creators. That being said, y'all have a wonderful evening. Let's get it.
all right.